I found my sister's Venmo history while fixing her laptop. Every payment said rent help or emergency fund. Turns out she'd been collecting donations from our family for 2 years. I didn't say anything. I just sent one screenshot to the family group chat. Let me explain how we got here. My sister Vanessa has always been the family project. College dropout, can't hold a job, constantly in crisis mode. She's 28 now and still living like she's figuring things out. Meanwhile, I've been working 50-hour weeks as an IT consultant since I was 22. Nobody ever asked how I was doing because I had my life together. I was the stable one, the responsible one, the one who didn't need help. Growing up, it was always like this. Vanessa got the attention, the second chances, the benefit of the doubt. I got lectures about being a good role model. When she crashed her car in high school, Dad bought her a new one. When I needed a car for college, he told me to save up and buy my own. I did. It took me 8 months of working nights at a call center, but I did it. Last month, Vanessa called me crying about her laptop dying right before a big job interview. She was sobbing about how this was finally her chance to turn things around and she couldn't afford to get it fixed. I offered to look at it for free. She dropped it off the next day with this whole dramatic speech about how grateful she was to have a brother who actually cared. When I opened it up to back up her files, I saw her Venmo app was still logged in. I wasn't trying to snoop, but the screen was right there. Hundreds of transactions, all from family members. Mom, dad, aunts, uncles, cousins I barely talk to anymore. $50 here, $200 there, $400 from my grandmother who lives on a fixed income. Every single payment tagged with some variation of an emergency. Groceries, car broke down, medical bills, can't make rent. Then I noticed something that made my stomach drop. The dates overlapped. 3 different rent emergencies in 1 month. 2 separate car repairs in the same week. Either she had the worst luck in human history or something else was going on. I pulled up her Instagram on my phone, cross-referenced the dates. The day she got $300 from my aunt for can't afford heat, she posted brunch photos at that new bottomless mimosa place downtown. The week she collected $600 total for emergency car repairs. Her story showed her at a concert, front row seats. I kept scrolling through her Venmo. The pattern was everywhere. Concert tickets purchased the same day as grocery emergency donations. Weekend trips to the beach funded by medical bill contributions. A designer handbag bought 2 days after my mom sent her $500 for overdue utilities. My hands were shaking. I'd been working myself into the ground while my family threw money at Vanessa's fake emergencies. Money they never offered me because I never asked. Because I handled my problems like an adult. I fixed her laptop, backed everything up, replaced the broken charging port, cleaned out the dust. When she picked it up, she hugged me and said I was the best brother ever. I smiled and said no problem. That weekend was our monthly family dinner. The whole extended family crammed into my parents' house, same as always. I showed up with a 6-pack and kept quiet while everyone caught up. Vanessa arrived late, looking stressed. Before we even sat down to eat, she launched into her pitch. So my phone bill is like 2 months overdue, she said, voice cracking just right. And if I don't pay it by Monday, they're shutting off my service. I have that job interview on Tuesday and they're supposed to call me. She looked around the table with those big sad eyes she'd perfected over the years. I watched my mom reach for her purse, saw my dad pull out his wallet. My aunt was already unlocking her phone. Then I pulled out my phone and dropped the screenshot in the family group chat. Just the Venmo history, all the payments lined up with dates, all the contradicting emergencies, no caption needed. The dinner table went dead silent. Then phones started buzzing, one after another. Everyone looked down at their screens, then up at Vanessa. Her face went from confused to pale to horrified in about 3 seconds. My aunt spoke first, voice flat. Vanessa, I gave you $400 for rent last Tuesday. My cousin leaned forward. I sent $150 for groceries on Wednesday. The math started happening in real time. My uncle pulled up his banking app, scrolling through months of transactions. My mom's hands were shaking as she stared at her phone. My grandmother took off her glasses and cleaned them slowly, like she couldn't believe what she was seeing. Vanessa tried the crying routine, said I invaded her privacy, that I was jealous of her, that she was going to pay everyone back eventually. My dad just held up his phone, showing a payment he'd sent that morning, $500, tagged emergency dental work. Someone pulled up her Instagram. Her story from that same morning showed mimosas with her friends at brunch, laughing, cocktails lined up on the table. The timestamp matched perfectly with Dad's payment. Nobody yelled. They just stopped talking to her. One by one, they put their phones away and went back to dinner like she wasn't sitting there. Vanessa sat frozen for maybe 2 minutes, then grabbed her purse and left. The front door slammed. Nobody went after her. Dinner continued, quiet at first, then gradually normal. My mom squeezed my hand once but didn't say anything. We all just kept eating. My phone buzzed an hour later while I was driving home. Venmo request from Vanessa, $50, tagged you owe me for emotional damage. I declined it and went to bed.